Word, this is it. Or 2 words. Not 1 word, 2 words. This is it. That's 1.5. This is it because it's got with a comma.
Ricky, where are you from?
Well, Rodolpho.
Oh, Rodolfo.
Rodolfo.
Rodolfo. Where are you from?
Yo soy de Costa Rica. I'm from Costa Rica.
Ah, how long have you been here?
About 30 years by now.
30 years?
Yeah.
Huh. What brought you here?
It was funny. I had a half sister I didn't know that I had.
Mm-hmm.
And she came looking for her father that she hadn't met yet in some 30-some years. So her mother came to Costa Rica looking for my dad, but my dad or our dad was in Venezuela. So that was the thing. Her finding our dad, and then our dad flew from Venezuela to here, and years later he brought us here, and here I am.
Huh. You've been here for 30 years
For
since.
30 years.
That's awesome.
You know, one of the things though that I don't know if I can say that I regret, but I don't know. I just wish I had gone back to my country and helped more down there. I didn't realize that soon enough. But maybe I can still do it. Maybe at the end of all of this, right, I'll end up helping. But I felt like that I stay out for too long. You know, that I could have done more. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Hopefully I can still do something.
So what we were talking about before, the reason why I wanted to interview you is because you were telling me your story about, like, what made you believe in this higher power, this thing called God. And, like, I really just want you to be able to tell that story again. You're fine. To tell that story again.
Okay, sure.
And let's document it so that when you get ready to tell it again and again and again, you can show them the video.
All right, cool. So let's see.
How many kids do you have?
I have 4 kids.
4 kids.
4 kids.
And at the time, how many kids did you have?
At the time, I had only 2.
Okay.
So I was living in Costa Rica in Jaco Beach, and I learned how to do body surfing. Right now, that ocean, a lot of people had died there. You know, there were posts, so be careful, right? Undercurrents, right? But I got not cocky, but I got comfortable with the ocean because I lived right there for a whole year, right? But I'm not a very good swimmer, which makes no sense if you think about it, right? So yeah, I swim good enough to save myself. Like if I throw myself in a swimming pool, you go from one end to the other, right? But you don't take a breath; you just swim really hard and you make it. Right? That's how I swim.
Like
okay.
Catch your breath when you get to the other side.
Exactly. So that day, it was a little late in the afternoon, and we got into the water with my uncle. My uncle was with me, and he's a great swimmer. He was born in front of the ocean. And you're not supposed to turn around and give the people at the beach, right, your back, because you need to constantly be gauging how far you are, right? At least that's what they taught us, right? But that day, for some reason, I did that, and I stayed too long like that, and when I turned around, I was deep inside there, right? Like before people look this big, right? When I turn around, they look like this, right? And I got scared immediately, you know?
Yeah.
It's this horror, you know, this panic attack, right? But I started talking to myself, right? I got a little bit of martial art training, so I remembered that and started breathing, right? And trying to calm myself down, you know, and breathe, come on, man, breathe, please breathe. Okay, start breathing, right? It started, you know, a little bit floating, right?
Okay.
Now I'm giving you the long version. Is that okay? Because
Yeah, I like the long version.
Okay. So I start floating, right, breathing, and then I start swimming, right? But the way I swim, like I told you early, I don't know how to swim very well. So I had my head in the water, and I'm swimming really hard, right? Swimming really hard with everything I got. And when I thought I was closer, I decided to stop and take another look, right?
Okay.
And to my horrific surprise, I was deeper back. Now people look this big. So now horror took over completely, you know. Excuse me. Horror to me felt like if I had swallowed, is that correct? Bowling ball.
Okay.
and you can feel it going down to your throat, to your esophagus, and then landing in your stomach. And at that moment, I started sinking. Right?
Okay.
Just sinking. I was tired. I just didn't have it in me anymore. You know, I was done, and I realized that, oh my God, this is it, right?
Yeah.
And oddly enough, when that happened, I felt this great peace that I have never felt in my life, right? And it didn't make any sense. I'm so at peace, you know, this is wonderful, like, and then I go, but wait a minute, I'm dying. What's going on here, right?
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden I remember, hey, wait a minute, my kids,
Yeah.
right? And I said, they need me, right?
How far in the water were you when you
At that time,
felt like you were dying?
how far?
Were you like underwater?
I was
by
under.
then?
I was under the water. If I looked down, all I saw was darkness, and when I looked up, was just a little bit of light, right?
Yeah.
So it was mostly all dark, right? So when I said my kids need me, I said, God, please help me. And all of a sudden, this light around me, and I was like, boom, like this, and I'm like realizing I'm breathing underwater. There's this light, and I have this energy.
Yeah.
And I started swimming like Aquaman. I kid you not. You know, I'm like, oh my God, what is this? I start swimming, and I made it all the way up, and then I started swimming, you know, in the water, right? But with such a force, you know, it's like I have no words to describe it, right? I was past the wave because I was way over there. I made it to the waves, and I did my body surfing. I got out on my 4 legs. I was throwing up, right? Throwing up. My girlfriend at the time, she picked me up, you know, and helped me walking back to the cabin. And the end was really funny because the local people that live there, the fishermen, because this is a little small town in Costa Rica and the Pacific coast, it's jungle mostly there, right? One of the local guys, they witnessed the whole thing, right? And when I'm passing by, the guy goes, hey, I said, dude, you're machillo, that's a Costa Rican thing. It means dude. Say, dude, next time that happens to you, swim to the side first.
You had to get how long did that take? You had to go through all of that before you learned what to do. Did you learn that when you learned how to dive?
I'm sorry,
Learn to swim to the side of the current?
No, he told me, you know, after the fact, right?
Yeah.
And because, hi, how are you? What it is an undercurrent, and I didn't know this. They can be only like 50 to 100 meters in width, but they are miles long. That's why when I was swimming in a straight line, it kept bringing, you know, I thought I was getting closer, but I wasn't. So that's something else, that's a good advice if it happens to you too. Don't wait for God to help you.
Right, don't wait till afterwards. That's what I'm saying, you got to,
but the point is, I didn't say, Rodolfo, help yourself. I said, God help me. And I said it, you know, like I was in need, you know, I had no more energy, right? And then that happened.
Up to that point, what was your relationship like with your spiritual side?
Well, it's always been very good. It's always because I had ever since I've been a child, I have this thing that I need to know, you know, why I'm here, you know, where did I come from, and I'm so self-aware of my own existence that things that traditionally they tell us how things are, it doesn't fit with me. You know, it's like I need to know more. Maybe it's not just knowing. Be more part of it, maybe. You know, when I see how big is the universe, right?
Right.
And we're this tiny little ball floating in this darkness, and where all that come from? And when I'm gonna die, I don't believe that my essence, the person that is talking to you right now, is gonna die. I think the body will die, but my spirit is eternal. Our spirits are eternal. That's what I think. I had an out-of-the-body experience, and that was also part of the... See, it's like little, they're not little, but individual things that happen, that when you put it together, right, and now even with quantum physics, because I'm a kind of a, I also need to know